Hell of a story. There's a county commissioner, the chairman of the county commission to be specific, named Jeff Turner. Jeff Turner has fired his secretary, his assistant at the county, because according to the police, she wrote a threatening letter, mailed it to him, and acted as if it was the sheriff of the county. I know that seems extreme, but the claim from her is that the chairman wrote it to himself. Two other county commissioners have now said the exact same thing. Let me try to give you this story as simple as possible. Let's put up the picture of Commissioner Jeff Turner. He is the chairman of the Clayton County Commission and also the former police chief of Clayton County as well. This is in the state of Georgia. Full transparency, I've met the chairman multiple times. I know the guy. So when this information came out, I was surprised. Let me give you the rest of the story. The fired secretary, according to Fox 5 News Atlanta, the fired secretary of the Clayton County Commission chairman says she feels betrayed by her old boss. The GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, filed warrants against Miss Katrina Holloway for allegedly making false statements and filing a false police report. Let's put her picture up. That is Miss Holloway. Miss Holloway was an employee of Chairman Turner until the 24th of this month. According to the arrest affidavit, Miss Holloway purposefully provided the GBI, and I quote, false and fictitious information during an active GBI investigation into fake threatening letters received by both Turner and Holloway herself on June 27th, 2022. The GBI said Ms. Holloway was the person who sealed and mailed the threatening letters to Turner and herself, and that they were written in a way that made Turner fear for his safety. Ms. Holloway spoke exclusively with the Atlanta press, claiming it was her former boss who asked her to mail the letters, that he did not tell her the contents of the letters. Now, the Atlanta press, it is actually a new media publication, but they have an investigative journalist, freelance journalist named Krista Bowie, who did the interview. Here's part of it.
Unbeknownst to me, I was being an accomplice to something.
You have been fired from working with the Clayton County Board of Commissioners by your former boss, Commissioner Jeff Turner. You have a warrant out for your arrest. How did we get to this point?
Okay, first let me say that I'm being falsely accused with sending a fake threatening email to Chairman Turner. And the letter was designed to make it look like the former Sheriff Victor Hill wrote the letter. And so the GBI came in for an investigation. And due to the fact that I was Chairman Turner's executive assistant, it's not uncommon for him to come to me and ask me for blank envelopes or county envelopes, and for me to seal the envelope up and give it back to him. So nothing raised the red flag that I was giving him stamps and sealing 2 letters that was addressed to myself and him, unbeknownst to me what the contents of the letter was, which turned out to be a fake threat. And like I stated, that the letter was designed in such a way to make it appear that former Sheriff Victor Hill did it. It looked like he did, but he didn't. Chairman Turner wrote that threat to himself.
That is a hell of an accusation. The chairman of Clayton County, a 23-year law enforcement veteran, and also the former chief of Clayton County, former chief of police. According to her, Ms. Holloway, it was him who sent the threatening letter. Now, here's where the story actually thickens. Let's put up a picture of Commissioner Felicia Franklin. Commissioner Franklin is currently on the board. She did an interview as well. Here's part of it.
And I even reported it to the district attorney of our county. And the information I provided them was A, the timing, as I just stated to you, in terms of the suspiciousness, and it looked like the boy who cried wolf. B, the fact that a little bit later, I noticed that there was some anonymous emails going out to the public, and you could see the top of the screen of the computer. And interestingly enough, that top of the screen of the computer that I sent an email to the GBI showed that it had to be a high-level operations manager. And there are only a few people within our county that have that type of access. And I can tell you this, it would not be necessarily an administrative assistant. It would be the one that is over said operations. And you could see that at the top. Not only did I notify the GBI, but I also sent it to our chief of police, our sheriff's office, and again, our district attorney, because I really had concerns for our safety as board members.
According to Commissioner Franklin, Commissioner Turner, Chairman Turner, is pulling a Jesse Smollett. That's according to her. Now, another county commissioner came forward. Let's put up her picture. This county commissioner, her name is Dr. Alika Anderson. Clayton County Commissioner Alika Anderson came forward after the Atlanta Press's original reporting. We're not taking this lightly, she said. We're also finding out that there are other layers to this investigation of possible corruption that is coming out of the office based on things that we're hearing from our employees and many others. Anderson said on radio Tuesday morning. Let me say this, all right? This is a hot mess, obviously. But at the center of it was an attempt to make a threatening letter seem as if it came from a particular person. That particular person in question was Sheriff Victor Hill. He's retired now from Clayton County. There was a long-standing conflict, well-known and publicly documented, a conflict between the sheriff and the chair. Now, we don't know who did what. There's absolutely no video of it being done. But there's another dynamic here. Anderson would not specify, Commissioner Anderson would not specify what exactly she meant by other things to come from this investigation, saying, and I quote, "There are employees that I don't want to really speak about because, again, there are whistleblower laws that protect our employees. But I just want you all to know that our job as commissioners is to protect our citizens, our employees, and we're going to make sure that we protect them to the highest degree of the law." Also in the Atlanta Press interview, Commissioner Franklin talked about an audit, a financial audit that was ordered by the commission that has not been produced yet, and said that basically that was the catalyst or the genesis of this rocky relationship as it stands today. You can see that interview in its entirety on their site. So Turner, let's put Turner's picture up. He released a statement. So Chairman Turner released a statement to the Atlanta Press that said, "I vehemently deny the allegation being made by Dr. Holloway. The GBI conducted a thorough investigation into the matter and then issued warrants as the result of their findings. I am a 23-year law enforcement veteran and now chairman of Clayton County and take these matters seriously. I would never intentionally do anything that would disgrace my name or standing in the community I work, live, and play in. I do plan to pursue civil action against Dr. Holloway. I will not allow anyone to lie on me or scandalize my name." That is his response in part. Now, the last time I checked the story, which was earlier today, it looks as if the GBI says the investigation is actually ongoing. Commissioner Franklin says that she submitted evidence to the GBI that would indicate Chairman Turner. She said that on record. When I went to the GBI's website, literally under the press heading that talks about this particular warrant for the assistant or former assistant of Commissioner Turner. It says that no evidence has been submitted. However, the commissioner, Franklin, has doubled down on that comment, saying she absolutely submitted evidence to the GBI. And then on record again, that same commissioner claimed that the director of the GBI is good friends with Jeff Turner, the chairman, and used to be the police chief of Clayton County also. Whoa, all right, A.B. When you graduate law school, dear sister, these are some of the cases you're going to have to deal with. It's complex.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts here?
So first and foremost, this is absolutely a hot mess, right? And it's unfortunate for the citizens of Clayton County, especially during a time right now where a lot of citizens around the world or around America, are struggling with trusting people that they have voted and to be in positions of power and position of leadership. One thing about Black women, though, we know how to investigate. Okay, probably better than the GBI, the FBI, the IBI, wherever other eyes you got. So when you say, "Oh, I seen at the top of that email, it was somebody high level who did that," that starts to beg questions about who actually submitted this. The emails or the letters, right? So I'm a little confused as to whether they're emails and letters or just an email and a letter, right? That seems to be something at issue. But in addition to that, it's just common sense, right? As someone who has been an assistant for years prior to law school, right? From judges to other attorneys, I have been in positions where maybe, my superior gave me a letter or gave me something and was like, "Hey, just send this out, take care of it, blah, blah, blah." But you always CYA and double check what's going on because you don't want to be in positions like this, right? So it's unfortunate that this woman, her life is now affected by this, right? Any type of employment she may want to get in the future is going to be affected by this. There's a lot of charges that could be here, right? He's talking about filing civil case. Well, if he is defaming her and he is being dishonest and that comes out, well, that's going to be a civil suit, on him as well. So it's just unfortunate that we have this level of high school petty games going on right now because of a little beef, right? Victor Hill is gone. Wasn't he found guilty of the charges that he was facing not too long ago? So this should not be at issue. People should be more concerned about doing the work of their community and the county for the people who voted them in, as opposed to trying to get one up on the next person.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating. So obviously the one person that whoever wanted to indicate or to imply was Victor Hill. That's the guy that didn't do it. Victor Hill is retired now. He's no more in Clayton County as the sheriff, but he still is in the news for being a victim, regardless of who did it. They wanted to make it seem like he did it, but very sad.